So given that it's the holiday season, tell us a quick little story to make our month merry and bright.
Alright. It was 12 nights before Christmas, and all through the dorm, not a creature was stirring, except this kid watching porn.
That was not the story I had in mind.
Back in November of this year, I was made aware of a situation in which an individual by the name of Khalil Wheeler Weaver killed 3 black women in New Jersey. The names of these 3 women were Sarah Butler, Joanne Brown, and Robin West. Reportedly, Khalil targeted these women because he felt they were vulnerable and no one would care if they went missing. Not only were these women black, they also occupied another identity, and that was selling sex for money. Robin West and Joanne Brown were sex workers, but Sarah Butler actually was a college student attending New Jersey University. She just accepted money from Khalil in exchange for sex. Regardless of what these women did for money, it doesn't excuse the fact that they were murdered. Now, I wanted to point out the 2 identities that all 3 of these women occupied and why someone would feel that they're vulnerable or that society wouldn't care if they went missing. First, all 3 of these women were black. We see in America specifically that black women are often mistreated. We see examples of this with tennis star Serena Williams, as well as the murder of Sandra Bland. Also, when black women or black individuals in general go missing, media doesn't really cover it that much, and law enforcement tends to be lax. One reason why black people that go missing are often not taken seriously is because the perception is that they're runaways. And then we have to look at the black relationship with law enforcement or police officers in general. Throughout history, the black community and police have not had a very good relationship. This dates all the way back to slavery and slave patrolmen. Now, the other identity that Joanne Brown, Sarah Butler, and Robin West all had in common was that they exchanged sex for money. In the United States, in the world actually, sex workers are often stigmatized. There are several stereotypes that are associated with sex workers, which include them being dirty, them being morally corrupt, them having a lot of STIs, them being drug users, and so on. The stigma faced by sex workers is shared by individuals who associate themselves with sex workers. So this includes adult film producers or brothel owners or strip club managers. And I can see why these stereotypes usually exist. I remember my experience with sex workers once before. This happened back like some years ago when I was in college. Some buddies of mine wanted to go to a strip club in DC during these college years, and me personally, I don't like strip clubs. I mean, the whole atmosphere is not my thing. First off, you have a bunch of people, usually women I'm dealing with here, that dance in front of a crowd, usually a crowd of men, and they throw money at these women. I liken this to animals being in a cage and you throwing food at the animal. I know that sounds controversial, but hey, that's how I feel. And then you have the whole objectification side of things. Strippers are usually objectified by their audience. They're looked at as items. And yes, I know, women are going to be objectified no matter what setting they're in. You have pornographic actresses, you have women on magazines that are scantily clad, and then hell, you have women walking down the street that are going to be objectified. But it's just something to me about stripping and being a stripper in that atmosphere that just turns me off. If you're going to be a perv, just be a perv at home. My take. Going back to the story, yes, I ended up going to the strip club with my buddies, and I really did not like the scene. You had a lot of sleazy men in there, men I definitely wouldn't say hi to outside of the place. And then I'm sitting at a bar and you have half-naked women coming up to me saying, "Hey, what do you want there? Can I help you with something?" I just didn't like it. So based off of my experience, I could see why people would look at sex workers as dirty or filthy. They would say, why are you associating yourself with a crowd like this? Why would you try to cater to individuals that are sleazeballs or come off as being sleazeballs? And yes, I know that strip clubs are not all the same and that stripping can be empowering for certain individuals. For more on this, check out another video that we made for Ruining Your Faves that deals with stripping and hip-hop artist Cardi B. So back to this topic of sex work in a broader scale, the stigma that sex workers receive is usually stronger for prostitutes or people that are involved in street prostitution. In certain areas of the world and in the United States, prostitution is illegal. Now, this could be very dangerous for sex workers who are engaged in this activity. Prostitutes, specifically female prostitutes, are at a higher risk of being sexually assaulted, being raped, or being raped without a condom. A lot of times when these sex workers are harmed, they feel that they can't turn to law enforcement because they're going to be arrested. Now, me personally, I don't feel that sex workers deserve to be harmed, but I know there's some of you out there that might say, well, they're in a dangerous profession, so that's what they get. And other people might feel that they're a detriment to society, so whatever they get, they deserve. But we don't know why people turn to these activities. They could have been molested as a child, they could have mental health issues, they could be homeless and want to make money or income in some way, shape, or form. Sex work can be lucrative and it can be very difficult to do. Also, I want to point out this story of former adult film star Mia Khalifa. Mia Khalifa, in her own words, had bad self-esteem, and that's why she joined the adult film industry, and after a while, she felt coerced. So yes, sex work should not be so easily judged. There are many reasons why people turn to it. But I have to say that Sarah Butler, Joanne Brown, Robin West, your lives matter. Sex workers, your lives matter. Black women, your lives definitely matter. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Chemistry Productions, the YouTube channel, so you can see more videos like this. Thank you for watching.
Chemistry Productions.